welcome to BBLB. It is 5:59 and it's day 69. On today's show, he spent the last 12 years in a house full of screaming, shouting and downright childish people. No, not the Big Brother house. I'm talking about Parliament. It's Limpet Opic MP, everybody. I like that. Did you see that was very snazzy from you, Limpet? Do that again.
I've been practising it.
Well, that's very good. You're doing the Stavros Flatley one. That's good. And we'll be talking rebellion, rule-breaking and reprimands with Ravi and Rob. That's Halfwit's friend and Dr. Rob Young, everybody. Plus, and get this, we'll have the results of this week's nominations, which means you guys will be the first to know who faces eviction this week, everybody. Huh? How about that? Now, is anybody... I'm going over to the Big Brother kitchen. You see, no expense has been spared to meticulously recreate the kitchen in the house. We've got all the food here. Is anybody fancy? We've got some of these Lisa's priceless frosted flakes. How about that? We've got some of David's biscuits. Over here, I've got these... This is like off milk they've had. Does anybody want some off... Camera 2, do you want any off milk? No? Oh, right, OK. Oh, you do now, you do. Right, you know what, I needed to talk to you about something as well, actually. As a fact, we're now allowed to talk about it. I've actually nominated you. I'm sorry about that, Camera 2. Sorry, yeah. OK, come on, hey! Huh? I was kidding. Lost all their food, everybody arguing. It couldn't get any worse, could it? Well, it could, actually. Here's BBLB News 25.
BBLB News 25, 24-hour news and then some.
So let's not delay. Here's the big stories of the day. First up, the biggest mystery in the house isn't who's going this week, but the peculiar case of Dogface's buttons. At 9:06 p.m. yesterday, she realised her boobs are on a mission to self-destruct.
I think my boobs have grown, you know.
What?
I think my boobs have grown.
What?
you had a peek.
What?
I think my boobs have grown.
What?
Do you think they've grown?
I think so, definitely.
They look bigger. This barn used to fit me. It's just weird. What is wrong?
Yeah.
They're ridiculous, aren't they? I'm going to be honest, I think she's put a bit of timber on all round. I don't think it's just the boobs. Whilst hey, come on, we were all thinking it. Now, whilst the boob chat was going on, B continued her assault on negative Halfwit. This time, her decision to move beds whilst heaping blame made him break down. This is actually hilarious. Check it out.
I'm going to move beds, Freddie.
All right.
I find you negative.
Oh,
and I deal with negative people all the same.
Oh, no.
I try to get as far away from them as I can.
You're a negative little man.
I did not say that.
You did say it.
There is absolutely no way that I said that.
You absolutely did.
Look, you did say that about me. And finally, the perfectly sculpted, beautiful specimen of a human, Marcus, discovered his publicity shot during today's shopping task. Basically, he's repulsed by his own reflection and he wanted to tell Big Brother about it.
What is it about your picture you don't like?
Absolutely everything. Just the expression of my face, how my head is tilted, the position of my body, the little curl bit that could quite easily have been photoshopped out. I just look like an absolute tool, and I don't like it. I just don't think that... It doesn't even look like me.
Marcus, what pose would reflect your personality?
I don't know, maybe just a straightforward one of me going, or something like that, or
maybe going, that's it for BBLB News 25.
BBLB News 25, 24-hour news and then some.
Now, if there's one thing we've noticed about B, it's that she likes to sink her teeth into a good argument. So, for your viewing pleasure, we've recreated another of her finest, this time through the medium of drills, fillings and mouthwash.
Nah, Lisa's up for eviction.
And you, Frederick.
Yeah, I know. But I'm staying.
You're trying to worm me out?
No, but the public like me. They've had lots of opportunities to get rid of me.
I don't understand why you suddenly decide you don't like me.
Well, I don't have to explain it. You take the littlest thing and make it into a big firework. So I just think if you agree to disagree, that's the best thing with you.
No, I'd just like to know for the sake of harmony in the house.
I don't even want to have this argument.
It's not an argument, it's a conversation.
We're all up for eviction and that's why you're trying to cause a big fuss now. You and Marcus are up for eviction and obviously everyone's up for eviction now.
Oh, you two look so happy when that was announced. Oh my god.
Oh, you're such a you're such a little
Big brother hates you.
I don't need to sit with him, I'm sorry. Stay out of my face. You're
They're loving that here. They're loving it in the studio. Now, my first guest is no stranger to the public vote. He's won 3 general elections, but lost the celebrity version of The Apprentice. Them's the breaks, my friend. Please welcome Limpet Opik MP, everybody. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
Like to be here.
Big day today. Noms reveal. We're going to find out who's going up for eviction this Friday. Who would you like to see on the ballot paper?
The one election I want Freddie to win is the eviction, basically.
Really? You want him out?
He just shouldn't be there, honestly. I mean, he's a sad...
Do we like half-wit guys? Have we turned on him a little bit? Because they don't know what they like.
It's just like he takes himself so seriously, you know. He's just a negative little man, really.
Really?
I would say, yeah,
he got a little bit. He got very upset there with B, didn't he? You said nothing things about me.
Oh, I thought you were him for a minute. Sorry, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what he does all the time, you know, and he's just so hurt. You know, if you gave him a hug, he'd say it's not hard enough.
Now, he genuinely wants to be a politician when he leaves the house. He wants to. He's got aspirations to work his way into your famous house, sir. Do you think he'd be welcome with open arms, or?
He's going to be waiting a long time. I mean, one of the things he shouldn't do in Parliament is burst into tears.
Yeah.
He'd probably burst into tears as soon as he won the election and carry on crying for 5 years. So I don't think he'd do very well, to be honest with you.
Right, okay.
People just tire of that kind of thing. You've got to be tougher.
Got to be a tough guy.
Friend Fred seems.
Now, one lady who's proven to be quite tough, and she might be a little bit of a quiet kind of dark horse candidate on the side. Young Dogface. Have a little look at this.
I feel like, obviously, what I've done tonight, I feel like a cow, and I don't really care because people say, oh, because there's nominations on Monday, and I said I don't care. I do want to go up against Marcus. When you did that test that time, you just knocked the thing over. We obviously lost token because of it.
Yeah.
Last week it's nominations. This week's our food taken off us. It's like an irregular occurrence with you. Everything you do, we're getting punished for.
But
it's just arrogant.
It's not arrogant.
It is. Well, that's my opinion. That's my opinion on it.
Now, you know she's favourite to win now.
Yeah.
Do you think that, and she was being, she had some very good, measured arguments there. Do you think she maybe got a political career ahead of her?
She'd do better in politics because she doesn't care because she cares. And I think that really came across. The difference is you actually think there's a little bit of awareness there, and she's not going to burst into tears. She feels sorry for herself, but you kind of sort of go along with it with her. So she's got more of a chance. Right, if she came up against Fred, I think she'd win.
Right, OK. And Siavash, Marcus and Halfwit, they were all, they've been terrible this week. They've caused a lot of problems in the house. How would you reprimand these guys in the back benches?
You'd basically listen, and then you'd actually evict all 3 of them, probably. Or just wait till the next election, yeah.
You'd boot them all out? You
would do, yeah. They could go and get a bit of life and then come back and be a bit more grown-up about it, really.
Right,
yeah,
OK.
Yeah.
And very quickly, obviously, politics is all about allegiances and tactics. If you were in the House, what would your manifesto be?
My manifesto would be I'd offer everyone everything they wanted and basically...
A bit like normal
A bit like normal, yeah, except
yeah.
I'd make a real example of Fred, because I think it's quite entertaining to see him getting so upset all the time.
Right, OK.
And that would probably, galvanise everyone else against him, So, yeah, you'd use him as a scapegoat.
God, you really don't like him, do you?
I really don't like him,
now, we obviously know your work as an MP. However, you are less well known for your wondrous talents on the harmonica.
My wondrous talents?
He's a harmonica player, guys, of some standing. Do you have your harmonica with you?
I always have one with me.
Could you please get it out for us, sir? Or,
my harmonica, that is.
One of a better phrase.
It's a family show, I thought. Yeah. There we are. OK, here we are. Right. There we are.
Give it a little blast. OK, fantastic. Yeah, guess what we've done, guys? We've put together our very own BBLB silent movie, and you've got to provide the soundtrack, all right? Here we go. We got 3. I think we got 3 or 4 scenes. You've got to match it up. All right, let's start it. Let's go. Here we go. OK, this is a bit slapstick, kind of comedy. People falling over. That's good. I like that. Oh, changing. Right. OK, this is the Last Supper. Really sad. Quite a heavy vibe in there. Oh, now we're going. Now we love. Now we're having a kiss off. Everyone. Oh, hello. Right, those two are going in. There wasn't a lot of dinner. There wasn't a lot of difference between dinner and love.
You give me a chance.
You did brilliant.
Give me a chance.
Didn't do fantastic. Let's go over everybody.
Thank you.
Right, still to come. Hang on to your hats. We reveal who's up for eviction this week, and it's a cracker. I wanted to tell. I've nominated you. I'm sorry. Oh,
I forgive you.
Awkward,
I forgive you.
You say? Awkward.
I'll live. I'll live.
See you soon.
Roll back.
Pete and George must illustrate a slight feeling of bewilderment when a small puppy won't come to you when called.
There's something very surreal about that image of Pete Burns and George Galloway. Welcome back to BBLB. It's 6:14. It's day 69. It's that time of the week now when the housemates shift uncomfortably on their seats and feel a little bit sick. And no, they're not just sitting next to Marcus at the dinner table. Let's go to the house to find out who faces eviction. Over to you, Big Brother.
The housemates nominated for eviction this week are Marcus.
Yeah. It's just Marcus. I would love that. I would love it.
And Halfwit.
Oh, so it's the irrepressible dark horse versus the free-loving individual. What do we reckon, guys? Huh? Halfwit to go. Well, who goes? You decide. Here's how. To evict Halfwit, call 090 16 16 05. To evict Marcus, call 090 16 16 09. Calls cost 35p from a BT landline. Other networks may vary. Mobiles will cost considerably more. Details and terms at channel4.com/Big Brother. Voting closes in Friday's eviction show. So Big Brother has started to play housemates at their own game by changing the rules. Let's find out how that's messing with their minds with Super Psych. Dr. Rob Young, everybody. Hello, sir. How are you? Big news. Halfwit and Marcus are up, man. How's that going to affect them?
Well, I don't think it'll come as a surprise because with their rule breaking, you know, it was the kind of natural...
It was inevitable, right? They've done it to themselves.
I think so. I think perhaps Siavash was also up, but the fact that he was repentant for his rule breaking, that just tipped it over the edge.
And he's a bit more agreeable as well, wouldn't you say? Old Siavash?
Well, you know, he went back to the other housemates and apologised and said, you know, I'm really sorry for what I did. Whereas Marcus, completely unrepentant, said, you know, I've done nothing wrong. Yeah. Really riles.
Marcus and Halfwit are both nightmares, really, so you know, it's not a massive surprise. Do you think they're the right two to be up this week?
Halfwit, definitely. I feel a bit bad. In the first house that I didn't like him. It's not that. I just think he's been asking for it. He's just been doing this all through the show. Right, too much. Marcus, bit of character, you know, probably less likely to be evicted, but I think it's a fair trial.
Right, OK. Dr. Rob, it took them 6 weeks to get the luxury budget, and then because of those three, they got it all dragged away from them. I mean, how kind of infuriating is that going to be for the rest of the housemates?
Well, I think beforehand there was one clear group, so Siavash, Marcus and Halfwit were one group, and the rest of the housemates were just a collection of individuals. They weren't a unified group. But now that they've been punished, they clearly see that this little pack of people need to be, you know, kicked out. So they've now been unified. They have a cause. And even though they're not the most outspoken people in the House, they have strength in numbers now.
Right, OK, so maybe it's been a positive thing for the House, really?
I think for them, it's bringing them together. Yeah. You know, there are hate figures that
because it's much better if there's, you know, a bit of a unit there rather than, you know, 10 individuals, for me, anyway. Now, they've changed the rules for the first time ever on Big Brother. They can talk about nominations. We've got some exclusive footage for you right now. Have a look at this.
Now that we're allowed to talk about it, Freddie, my man, I nominated you the first week. I'm sorry, yep.
OK. Fair enough. I nominated you that one time, but you knew. Do you when you had that really bad argument with us? That's the only thing I've ever said, Baz.
Every time you upset me, I never nominated you. I just want to say, I'm not discussing nomination. I mean, not just because I have my principles, you know.
You nominated me, B?
Yeah.
I nominated you, actually, because I knew you'd nominate me.
So, Dr. Rob, how's that twist going to affect the house? Because that's got to be a weird one, going up to everybody and going, you know what, I've got to be honest, I know we've been pretending we've been friends for the last 3 weeks, but I've nominated you 3 times or whatever.
Well, I think it's interesting because it depends on where they lie on their personality trait, something called conscientiousness. So people like Rodrigo are very high on conscientiousness. So he's someone who likes to play by the rules, he's a good citizen, does what he's told. So actually,
he's not getting involved, he's saying, anyway.
Well, this is basically pulling the rug underneath his feet. So they're saying, you know, the rules have all changed, and he's just not being able to cope very well, whereas people like Marcus, very low on conscientiousness, likes to be a maverick, and this suits, it's playing to him, actually.
But isn't this going to dig up, you know, because obviously, you know, there are, you know, it seems that people are friends, and then they're not friends, and isn't this going to kind of dig up bad blood from the past?
Well, I think it depends how you've been playing the game so far. So it's very important to be consistent. So again, you know, sorry to bring in psychological jargon, but you know, people should be authentic.
Yeah.
So depending on what your values are, you should behave in line with how you have previously been behaving. So if you've not been bitching and, you know, sort of backstabbing, then don't get involved now. So you don't need to show all of your cards. Right. Whereas if you have been playing all those political games, then now's the time to explain your actions.
This is politics. Basically, if you're big enough, then your friends will sometimes not vote for you, and it's a big test of Fred how he responds to this. If you're not big, then you're going to get really hurt, but those people will probably get to the sidelines. So, you know, you've got this rebel yell, this insurrection, the community's pushing against it, and that's, I think, what this eviction's all about.
All right, guys, lovely. Thank you very much. Let's get Ravi in, guys. Give him a big round of applause. Now, Ravi, sit yourself down. That was for them, Ravi. That was for them, not for you. And now, last night, we saw all sorts of interesting stuff go on, and now today, your boy's up, Ravi. What a nightmare.
Yeah,
Is he going to be able to get through it?
I hope so. I mean, Fred responds well to adversity. I think this is the biggest test he's had so far. I hope he pulls through. I hope he pulls his character together.
I've got to be honest with you. I've seen a bit of a change in him in the last little while. I don't know if he's just really frustrated but a real kind of dark side seems to be coming out.
You know, I think that's got a lot to do with the female connection.
Right.
When someone's playing with your heart, I know you said you shouldn't cry for an MP and something, but if your wife
playing with your heart, he's only known her 5 minutes.
Surely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come
you
on.
know, falls in love pretty
Yes, but they're in there
quickly,
24/7 and they see each other the whole time. It's a more accelerated environment. Emotions are always heightened. We see them
I think
falling
that
out.
he's basically fallen in with Marcus and Siavash, and there's like a little gang mentality. So that, you know, Siavash and Marcus, clearly the ringleaders, they're committing these criminal acts, and he's just being dragged along in their wake.
Right,
so
okay.
You know, he can't help himself.
Do you feel he's been led astray by Marcus?
No, totally not. I mean, he's always been rebellious in the house. He chucked stuff in the swimming pool.
Ooh, big
when Noreen was sort of had the marker on and he went solidarité, I'll wear a towel and things, that's just a streak within him.
He is a wild one, that boy. He's a wild one. Now, B seems to have distanced herself from him. Is that that's dead in the water now, isn't it? That's not going to happen,
that is the nail in the coffin. And as far as I'm concerned, that's probably for the best for him. If he's going to have a chance to recoup and regain who he really is, then it's got to be without B by his side.
So then who's he going to rely on? Because that was his kind of #1 ally in the house.
Well, you refer to the gang, so you've got Marcus and Siavash, and I think they're turning out to be true friends. I mean, Marcus tried to warn Freddie off
OK, so say Freddie
already.
does stay in. Say Freddie does stay in. What if Marcus goes? Then you're left with Siavash and Freddie. He's kind of weak then, isn't he? He's a bit of a sitting duck.
Well, I wouldn't say he's weak. He gets on very well with Siavash, obviously. I think he would be upset by Marcus leaving. I think him being nominated now is literally the worst ending to this week. You know, this week horribilis that he's had.
When you see him on earlier on when he was doing that whole thing about you said this, does he often do kind of pantomime crying when he's?
Well, no. I mean, he just gets really upset sometimes. It's human.
Doesn't seem human. Doesn't seem very plausible. Look like play act.
Not to you, but I've seen Fred when he's upset, and he could hardly speak. He is still aware that the cameras are on him. You know, and he was really trying. You could see he was on the verge of breaking out. And he was trying his hardest just to keep it together. You may
Ravi, you're the best friend there is. I love Ravi. What a sweet man. Right, Ravi, stay with us. Right, as you can see, we've got all the housemates' luxury shopping out there, and we don't want it to go to waste. Ravi, you're still living on a student budget, correct?
That's right. I'm very
let me
poor.
tell you how it's going to work. We're going to be giving you the chance to win Charlie's barbecue sauce. Ooh, David's spaghetti and chips, another culinary delights. All you've got to do is run around until the klaxon sounds, and you've got to bring as much back in here as you can. That's your trolley over there. Get your helmet on, if you will, please, sir. Right.
Got to be prepared.
Quick as you can, Ravi. Quick as you can, otherwise you won't get loads of that food, right?
Right.
Right, safety first and all that,
Okay.
Ravi. Time's on, let's go for it. Come on, Ravi. Come on. Oh, the wheels are coming off, he's going so fast. Hey, super speed. Come on, Ravi. Fill it up. Ravi nearly buckled. Did you like soft cheese, Ravi?
Yeah, lots of soft
good.
cheese,
Love
sausages
soft
too.
cheese.
Lemonade.
Love
Everyone likes lemonade in the summer.
Right, quickly, let's get back in there, Ravi.
All right.
All right, come on then. Quick as you can. You can lift it, mate. All the wheels have come off. He's going to get some more. Ravi. Get some more.
You like chilies, a bit of spice?
That's yours. I'm not taking it. It's for you. This is all yours, Ravi. I'm all right for shopping. Okay, right, the klaxons then. Right. Let's see what he's won, everybody. Some oven chips, direct from David. We've got some wholemeal bread, some spaghetti, some mince. You must be excited about this, Ravi.
Got the frosted flakes.
Got Lisa's damn cornflakes or whatever they are. A bit of broccoli. What are you going to cook up with all of this? Maybe this will be half its eviction meal on Friday.
I hope
How
not.
good would that be?
I really hope not.
Hey?
I really do hope not. But I might just pop it in a big pot and see what happens.
Well, that's what they do in the house. Thank you very much, Ravi. Give him a big round of applause. Well done, sir. I'm afraid that's all for today's show. Big thank you to all my guests. Don't forget to watch the main show tonight, 9 o'clock on 4, and I'll be back with you on E4 tomorrow at 6, and I'll be joined by Grace Dent. Take care.